you feel? Yeah. Ah. Happy, glorious Monday. Before we get to all the fun stuff, i.e. rubbing the Super Bowl loss and Jesse Waters' ugly fat face, first we're going to talk about crime, and a really bad one, specifically involving Jen Angel. She's the progressive owner of Angel Cakes, a bakery in Oakland, California. She was savagely murdered this week, robbed by two thieves who smashed her car window, ran off with her purse. She chased after the duo's car, but got caught in the car door, dragged to her death. Terrible, terrible story. It kind of gets worse, because her family and her friends are urging the police not to jail her killers. Hey, they're listening.
Wow, they're here.
Wow. Yeah, because they claim it would not align with her beliefs in something called restorative justice. And also because they're idiots. Her murderers are still on the loose, but rather than call for their capture, her friends urge the city to promise not to make her killers serve hard time. Which is kind of what you do if someone you hated died. But this is restorative justice, a lying phrase that restores nothing and offers no justice at all to anybody. It's a strategy to keep thugs out of jail by claiming someone in the past got a raw deal. So you transfer past justice to this current creep, even if he's guilty as sin. Using this reasoning or lack of reasoning, you could never mete out justice on any brutal crime ever. Just say people were treated badly in the past, so let this poor soul go. They claim that imprisoning her aggressors would prevent actual healing. Well, you want healing? Put on Marvin Gaye. Actually, locking them up for a long time would promote healing, a lot of it, by keeping the perpetrator's next victims away from harm. And by the way, you think Angel's friends might be open to having the perpetrators come live with them indefinitely? How restorative will they feel when everything they own is suddenly being sold on Craigslist, including their kids? Still, they say locking them up would only perpetuate harm, but they don't say to whom, because it's murderers. Perps who get away with murder won't think, well, that was so nice they didn't lock me up. I won't murder people anymore. No, the experience incentivizes them to kill again, to accrue more victims. Which is the problem with the entire system that's abdicated their responsibility in protecting innocent from evil. Today, ideology trumps safety and creates a parade of victims, but also a parade of idiots. Like 1619 Project author Nicole Hannah-Jones, who complained about drugstores locking up merchandise in a tweet on Tuesday. So what is 1619, you ask? Well, it's the number of stupid things this broad says a day. She said, quote, if you're going to lock up everything in the drugstore, an already demeaning shopping experience. Apparently it's demeaning to go to a drugstore. At least have enough workers to open up the cases for all the customers who just need a razor. Well, she told us too much. I get it. We all need a razor now and again. She ends it with, it's just a terrible shopping experience. Oh, poor millionaire grifter. Maybe they can't afford more workers because their stuff keeps getting stolen thanks to the legalization of organized looting, something you, clown, justified. Imagine if you were beaten to death in a riot. Nicole Hannah-Jones would probably complain about having to walk around the crime scene. Fact is, a rise in crime and shoplifting cases have forced stores to lock up merch and even shut down stores due to loss of revenue. And it's types like Hannah-Jones who denied this was a problem. So now we're locking up deodorant instead of the people stealing the deodorant. And it's on this bozo. Back in 2020, she insisted that all the horrible destruction from the George Floyd protest was not violence. Quote, yes, it is disturbing to see property being destroyed. It's disturbing to see people taking property from stores, but these are things. That's true, they are things, just things that people sell to make a living. But nonetheless, she's right, they're just things. I guess that's why all those rioters made sure no one was in all those buildings before setting them on fire. But about those things, What if they're taken from people and the people they're taken from try to get them back, which is what Angel did with her purse. It begs the question, why did she chase them at all? I mean, let them have your money. Let them have your purse. According to her friends and family, it's exactly what she would have wanted. The restorative justice activist would say that it's on her for putting value on her things, which is why they also deserve to be locked up along with their anti-perspirant if they use it. Let's welcome tonight's guests. Unlike our Air Force, all his pilots get shot down. TV writer and producer Rob Long. She spent more time around the pigskin than a hot dog salesman. Host of the Sideline Sanity podcast, Michelle Tafoya. He's what you get if Elton John and Travis Bickle had a baby. Wow. Host of Fox Across America, Jimmy Fallon. And finally, lovable is just one of the many words people never use to describe her. Shut up! Fox News contributor, cat tip. First of all, Professor, I really enjoyed your last book.
Thank you.
And thank you for giving me those extra office hours after class.
You know what? That's the least I can do.
Yes.
For how you behaved. I guess I don't have a joke for this. It's horrible. This is what people get fired for, these jokes.
Yes, that's true. That's true. But you know what? If I get murdered, Rob, I would prefer that you go to the press and say, we need to catch these bastards and put them behind bars. Yeah. I don't think I'd want anybody on my side of the family or your side of the family when we do decide.
Right.
To say no, because that's not your right. That is not your right.
Yeah, I would just say one thing. If that, God forbid, should happen to you, I think what I will do is call Fox and say, so you need somebody for the 11th?
You heard that here. You heard, if I am murdered, him.
Yeah. So after
Professor Kangaroo.
I think the thing, but you mentioned this in your monologue, which was, by the way, is a super downer, by the way, not a great way to start your show. The show business advice, start with a smile. But I like, she actually went after.
Yes.
To get her stuff back. She wanted her money back.
Right.
Like, so maybe I don't understand what an anarchist is, because they said she was an anarchist. A person who wants their money back is not an anarchist.
Right.
That person is a capitalist.
Yes, exactly.
And so it kind of feels like she should be, she wanted her money back that she earned. Mm-hmm. Why again is that like?
Yes. That disproves what they were talking. It's like she would want them punished.
Hey, it's my stuff.
Yes, it's my stuff.
By the way, that's completely legit. You're allowed to want your stuff back.
Yes.
That's not a bad thing anymore. Like, she earned that stuff. She baked cakes. Apparently, they were good cakes. I don't know. I didn't have a cake.
Angel cake.
I mean, the carbs, I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it looks like you're dropping a few pounds.
Fine. Like, you give me the cake. But she went after her stuff, and I feel like they should be building a statue to her. But I did like your solution, is that, okay, we don't prosecute the guys. We catch them, and they have to live.
With you.
Yeah.
Not with me.
No.
I just don't have the room.
Yeah.
I wish. They have to live with those guys.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Burl Ives.
Yeah.
There's a callback. Cat's going, who's Burl Ives?
Not just Cat, by the way. Not just Cat. Everyone under 50 is saying, I don't know who this guy is.
Michelle, when you, how is it that Nicole Hannah-Jones just heard about our stuff being locked up at CVS and Duane Reade and Walgreens? This has been going on for 2 years. This tells me that she never buys her own stuff.
Oh, probably not. I mean, she probably has a service to do that or has everything delivered to her home. Mm-hmm. But getting back to the Angel Cakes woman, her friends said this is what she would want.
Yeah.
She would want these people to be forgiven and have a different form of justice. Maybe that's what she told them she wanted a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. But I wonder what she was thinking while they were dragging her on the sidewalk from the car.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe she changed her mind? Mm-hmm. Like maybe she thought, damn, I was wrong. People that are crazy enough and cruel enough to do this to me, they ought to freaking go to prison. But she never got to tell anyone else that she changed her mind. Yeah. And her friends are now saying, oh, she would have wanted them set free and restorative justice and all the rest. And then to Ms. Jones and 1619 terrible phrases a day. Yeah, this is crazy to call shopping a demeaning experience. And exactly what you said.
It is sometimes.
Yeah, why? Well, you know,
I mean, I wear a disguise when I go to some of these shops.
Do you?
Yes.
Yeah. And they still don't recognize you?
No, they know who he is. They know who he is. There's only one guy buying that stuff, and that's you.
It's true. It's true. And I get so angry when I get home and I realize I'm out of batteries.
Oh,
Go ahead. I'm
God.
sorry. I don't know what. I love drones.
Right, drones. There we go. Anyway, you're exactly right. They cannot afford people to open up this stuff. People are getting ripped off. Her head is in the sand or somewhere.
Yeah, that's true. That's good.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That was
Jimmy.
hot. That was hot.
Which topic?
I liked the hit. Well, listen, I mean, there's a few things going on here. This is all the end result of woke policy. And I like woke by its original name, which was stupid. You know what I mean? Because it's so stupid, okay, when you're trying to create an environment that has more empathy for the criminal than the victim. But that's where we are. Like, you think about, I'll give you an example. A few weeks ago, we did a story about minor attracted persons. They didn't want to say pedophile. They're like, from now on, it's minor attracted persons because it's a stigma to pedophiles. Anybody who wants to ban the word pedophile, probably a pedophile. No, is where I think this would start. But I think the bigger issue is they've all added up to such like an adverse effect on life, whether it's crime or even the cost of goods. Like, when you think about what sucks about going shopping, it's not even that stuff is locked up. It's that we're at a 40-year high in inflation. Like, you think about eggs right now. It used to be when someone got engaged, it was like he went to Jared. But now eggs are so expensive, it's like he went to Whole Foods. They're like, oh my God, girl, he must really love you. He bought you a carton of eggs. And that's where I think we've seen like this full-on societal mismanagement. But I still stand by the purchase on the jacket.
You know, you're right about the eggs. They're so expensive, I'm freezing them. That was funny. I just thought of it now.
Cute.
Good.
Greg.
I can pat myself on the back. You know, you still shop. Yes. No, I'm just saying how idiotic this person is to act surprised that this is happening when this is something we've been dealing with every single day. It's true. Going to the drugstore is no fun.
No.
Now it's really bad, but it's because of people like her.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never been in the drugstore like, man, I'm having fun.
Yes.
But I actually don't shop anymore because of that.
Yeah.
Because it's like you don't want to wait for every single thing. You just order your stuff on the internet, or you just use your husband's toothbrush or whatever.
Ugh.
I know. It's pretty gross, but so am I. I don't know. I mean, we all could have seen this coming, but you can't say anything because then you're a bigot. Apparently, even if somebody's killed.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how when people die, they stay dead?
Yeah.
Okay, if this happened to me, I'm coming back.
Yeah.
Anyone says that about me, I will get you.
Yes. No, it's sad.
I will crawl out of hell and get you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.